Hi guys, welcome to Creations by Karen. Today I'm going to show you step by step how to make this beautiful sunflower wreath. So let's get going. You're going to need a few things before we get started. You're going to need a set of needle nose pliers. You're going to need something to cut tie wraps with, and I'm going to use my handy cuticle cutters. I'm going to use a Unique in the Creek small flower board. You can order these on Amazon. You can order them from Unique in the Creek. Or you can go to Michael's, I believe, have them online. Once again, it's a small flower board from Unique in the Creek, and it already has the holes cut out in it, so when you're putting your petals on, the placement is perfect. You're going to need a roll of Deco Mesh. I got this mesh at Dollar Tree or Dollarama. And I'm really shocked at how nice this mesh is. I did buy a roll of 21-inch, and I did cut it in half using my wood burner. And I made petals that are about 10.5 by 10.5. And that's going to work perfect for this. I did make a center for it. I took a styrofoam ball. I cut it in half. I painted it with this paint from Michael's. It is the espresso color. Then I Mod Podged it. You can get this at Dollar Tree for $1.25. It's Mod Podge. So I Mod Podged it. And then I got this glitter, this fine, extra fine glitter from Michael's. It's in like a brown and gold color. And I put it on after I painted it, and then put Mod Podge over top of it. So this is what it's going to look like when it's completely finished, okay? So as you can see, it's got a really nice sheen to it. And then what I did was I took some flower wire and I attached this Chanel stem to the back of it. And then for some extra protection, I put a small piece of foam, and once again, put the floral wire. I just put it in a U and I stuck it in there and hot glued it on. Okay, so we're going to use that at the end. Like I said, you want to have 10 by 10 inch or roughly petals for this. You're going to need a total of 36 petals to make this flower. What I did was I preloaded my Unique in the Creek flower board with 6-inch zip ties, and then I also applied a Chanel stem to the top of it for hanging so that it's already there in place. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to fold the petals. This is going to be Dean Michael's petal, sunflower petal. The woman that created this petal, genius, I think. Anyways, so you're going to just take it and you're going to put it in a diamond shape. This is your mesh, and I did double it and still got exactly 35 petals out of this roll of 21-inch Deco Mesh. So once again, I did use my wood burner. You can certainly use scissors to cut this, but it does fray just like all Deco Mesh frays. And so I wanted to cut down on the fraying. So I use my wood burner. To do that, once again, you're just going to place it down in a diamond shape, and I like to have I only have one finished edge on this because I did cut the 21-inch roll in half. So I have my finished edge, my serged edge on my left. I'm going to come into the middle, and I'm just going to scrunch this together. So then it's going to look like a bow tie like this. And then I'm just going to tuck this underneath like so. So this is what my petal's going to look like. Okay, and then what I like to do is I like to do all my petals ahead of time. So I got these really awesome little rubber bands at Dollar Tree for $1.25. And I'm just going to tie the rubber band around the base of it like that. And that way I can do all of my petals ahead of time. And then when it comes to putting the wreath together, they're already made. So that's really a good time saver. Once again, I'll show you the petal again. So my serged edge is on the left and it's in a diamond shape like this. Just going to come into the middle. I'm going to scrunch it from one end to the other so that it looks like a bow tie. And then just turn this around, tuck it underneath. So you're going to come out looking like this. And then I'm just going to apply my little rubber band to it. So that's what it looks like. Okay, one more time. Serged edge to the left, diamond shape going here. Come into the middle, bow tie, and then just turn this under. Place it down, get it in the shape that you want it, and then just apply a little rubber band. You certainly don't have to use a rubber band to do this. You can just place it right into your wreath form. I like to do all the petals at the same time. Just takes a time saver for me, and I can do that while I'm watching TV or just sitting. There you go. So that's the petal. Once again, it's a Dean Michaels petal, sunflower petal, and you can go to her YouTube channel and she can show you in detail how to cut it and how to form it. Once again, just a Dean Michaels petal. So I'm going to go ahead and get started putting this all together. So I have all my zip ties in. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 in the center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on the second row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Whoops, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on this side. And I believe there's 16 here. Anyways, it comes to a total of 34 petals. And I can get 35 out of my roll, so that's going perfect. In a lot of petals, wreaths, you don't do the outside, and you can put leaves on there, but I'm choosing not to. I'm not choosing not to put leaves on my sunflower today. So I'm just going to go ahead and start, and you can start anywhere you want. I'm just going to start at the top. So I just placed my petal in, and then I want it to be about halfway between these two zip ties. So once I've got it in place, I just take my needle nose cutters, needle nose pliers, zip it up tight, and clip it off like this. And I'm just gonna keep putting these petals in like so. Now you can go around and put all your petals in and then clip them all off at the end, which I think I'm going to do. It just saves a lot of time. Once you have these petals in, this works up really fast. Just make sure that you want to keep the petals approximately the same size, so they all look the same. Certainly, if you make a mistake, you can take it out and put another zip tie in. It's no problem at all. There's a lot of different variations on how to make these sunflowers. This was one that I just found was really easy. I did initially start making them on just regular 14-inch wreath forms from Dollar Tree, but I found it. I found these, and it's awesome. They're awesome. You just put the petals in and zip it closed. The placement's all there for you. And this works up really in no time at all, because you don't have to think about anything. You just go ahead and put your petals in. So I think once you've got your petals in, you can whip this off in like half an hour. Easy. I always find that the longest time takes is cutting the mesh with my wood burner. And when you're using a wood burner, it's really important to protect yourself when you're using it. You know, you should have some kind of protection over your mouth and nose when you're making it with a wood burner, because apparently the mesh has got plastic in it. So you're actually burning plastic, and that can be quite toxic. Okay, I think it can be especially toxic to animals. So it's important to make sure your animals are kind of out of the road while you're making this. See how fast this goes up? It's my last one on the outside. So most petals are that's going to go in. And then I'm going to go through and I'm just going to clip all my zip ties off. I know a lot of people use different things, wire cutters and stuff for this. You know what? I've got really small hands, and I always found that they were a bit awkward for me. So I had a pair of cuticle cutters in my bathroom, and I thought, you know, I think that would work. So, you know, certainly it does a good job. I mean, they're not expensive, and sometimes they struggle, but 9 times out of 10 they work just fine. You could certainly just use that one's kind of in upside down, so I'm just going to twist this. You can just use scissors, but not good scissors, because they would definitely dull the scissors. Okay, there we go. All right, so I have my outside done, and this is what it looks like. And it's quite large, as you can see, when you have the petals placed on it. We're going to go into the next row now. Once again, the same thing you do when you put the outside petals on. You just place your petal in, and you zip it closed. Once again, halfway down is good. The woman that made these boards is, I think, a genius. You don't have to worry about your zip ties showing. If you wanted to go around and just turn them to the side, that's certainly a good idea. Maybe I'll go back and do that. I forgot. And all you have to do is turn them to one side. And that just stops the next row from sort of sticking up. Now, if you make a mistake, don't worry about it. Petals aren't perfect, neither are you. Anyways, off we go. We'll keep going here. So as you're putting the petals on, it does cover the previous zip ties on the previous row. So you don't really need to worry about it. You just put them in and zip them closed. Got a whole big bucket of petals here. This roll of mesh I actually got at a store called Dollarama here. I live in Canada, and we don't have the variety of mesh like they do in the States, and that's very unfortunate. So you have to kind of find it where you can get it. I bought some, and I thought, oh, you know, it's from a dollar store, so how good could it be? Because oftentimes when you buy them from a dollar store, you know, it's very see-through and lightweight, and it's not the best. But I'm shocked at how nice this mesh is. So I went back and got a lot of it. Now, certainly in Canada, we have just a very few places we can buy mesh, and really a lot of craft supplies itself. I've got that row done already, so I'm just going to click this off. Just like we did with the first row. Just going to clip all these tie wraps off. I'm a real fan of sunflower. I'm really a fan of a lot of different flowers. Sunflowers I just love. They're just so bright. And I like the fact that they turn their heads with the sun. It's very popular. Here in Canada, it grows really well. Okay, once you have all your zip ties cut off, just turn them to the side. And these flower boards can be used for a lot of different things. Just go to Unique in the Creek on Facebook. She's got a lot of tutorials on the different things you can do with the boards. There's different boards you can get. You can get character boards and Christmas tree boards and flower boards. Remarkable. Awesome, actually. So as you can see, this is really quick going up. Which is something I love. Is things that come together really quickly. You can see the end result really fast. To get all the petals in, I'll show you what it looks like, and there's no board that's actually showing once you get all your petals in, which is great. And if there is, you can just fluff out your petals a little bit more, but I have never found it being an issue at all using these boards. Always want to try to make sure that your petals run the same direction, so your finished edge is always going to, on my boards, is always going to be on the left. That's just something that I like. You don't have to do that. One more on the second last, and then we're going into the middle, which is the last row we're going to do. Okay, we're just going to go through and cut these zip ties off. There's certainly a lot of different centers that you can put on here. I try to do the most cost-effective way I can. Once again, we don't have a lot of places in Canada to buy wreath supplies. I mean, I did order some stuff from the States. I live close to a border, so I can go to the border and pick it up. But we're kind of in the midst of a thing right now where they've closed the border. So even going across the border to pick up something that's shipped to my neighboring city is just not something I can do right now. So, and having it shipped directly, it's really expensive to have it shipped to Canada. Okay, we're just going to go with the middle now. Now I like just to open these up slightly when I put the middle in, just for a little extra coverage. Not going to see it. And zip it closed. Once again, you like your petals to be all sort of the same size, and just be aware of when you're placing your petals down that they're all sort of in the same length. It's catching on this sweater. The center part of this is quite large, so it's going to cover a lot. And the last one going in. Once again, you can just spread it out. Now the little elastics that I placed on here, they will disintegrate in time, so you don't have to worry about them and taking them off. It's great. Just go ahead and fluff these out a little bit, so everything's covered. And once again, don't worry about it too much, because that center that I've made, it's the large styrofoam ball that you can get at Dollarama here in Canada. I don't believe you have those in the States, but it's one of the bigger dollar stores that we have here in Canada. Very popular. Okay. Okay, so that is my wreath made without the center, and that's what it looks like. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and put the center in. There's still some room when I put the zip ties in, so I'm just going to strategically place these in the two holes adjacent to each other. Bent, that's why it's not going in. There we are. Okay, once you've placed this down, I'm just going to twist it very snugly, and oftentimes I'll just turn it over just to make sure it's nice and snug. Oh, 4 turns is good. Just take your clippers. Just like so. Okay, and as you can see the back, there's really nothing protruding or anything. It looks quite finished. So I don't usually put a back on it. A lot of times if I'm doing just a regular wreath form, I will cover the back, but I don't feel the need to do that with these because everything is like flat on here. Okay, so that's it. That is your sunflower wreath. Made on a Unique of the Creek wreath board. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial on making this beautiful sunflower wreath. Be sure to like and share and subscribe so you can show your friends how to do this. It'd be a great thing to be able to do at this time where we're sort of just staying home and trying to self-isolate and keep our distance from other people. But their people are getting kind of bored, so let's make a wreath. Thanks for coming in to see me today, and I'm more than happy to answer your comments if you have any. Certainly look in the description and it'll show you what you need to make this beautiful sunflower wreath. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.